Hello everyone, my name is Bilikis and you're welcome back to my channel. If you are new, you are highly welcome, and do not forget to subscribe by hitting the red button. About our advanced class, we just concluded the first batch and trust me, it was awesome. Due to many requests, we decided to start the second batch, which will be starting on the 5th of February. We already put out the advertisement in the Facebook group on Sewing Innovation, and in case you have not joined us on Sewing Innovation on Facebook, you need to do that. It is a lovely closed group whereby we put up illustration on some outfit and we use the medium to pass out information. Just search for Sewing Innovations on Facebook. It is not a place or a page, it is a closed group, and you will love it so much. You will be glued to that group. So back to our advanced class. If you are really interested, I will put out the contact number in the comment section below. It will be pinned, so that will be the first comment you will see in the comment section. About the beginners class and the intermediate class, the timetable will be rolled out soon in case you are interested in that. Also, today we'll be making a off-shoulder maxi gown. Yes, it is a very easy top to make. In a few minutes you are done with it. It's just a maxi gown like what I have on, but it will be and off the shoulder. So right now I'll be using this fabric I have here to make the off-shoulder maxi gown. So the most important measurement you need is your hip circumference, then the circumference around your bicep, and then your sleeve opening wherever you want it to be, and the length. So for instance, the length of my gown in most cases is 62 with the lower hemi allowance, and this fabric I have here is by 58 inches or 60 inches, which is okay. If you remember from my previous tutorial on how to make an off-shoulder blouse, remember we always take off 4 inches or 5 inches because it will be starting somewhere around here. So to calculate the length of your dress, all you have to do is whatever your measurement is, like mine is 62, I will just take away 5 inches. Or if you are taking off 6 inches, just take it away from that. Not forgetting the elastic you are using. I like to use a little wide elastic for my off-shoulder maxi gown. Like the width of this elastic is 3/4 inch or 0.75, which always looks so nice. So just measure it. Like mine is 3/4 inch, so I'll just assume it's 1 inch because you still want to have some space around it. Then you need 1/2 inch to turn over the case in which the elastic will go into. So that is 1/2. So what you just do is from 62, I'll take off 5 inches, and whatever I get plus the allowance for this elastic, 1.5. So that will be the length of your dress. Then how would you know the elastic, the amount of elastic you need to put in your off shoulder? Just take your elastic and put it this way. Make sure it's a little bit tight because you don't want it to be loose and it just falls off your shoulder. So just take it this way and make sure it's tight. So I expanded it, so something like this, and then I'll take my scissors to cut this off. So this will be the elastic I will use after attaching to my sleeve. So right now let's go over to fold the fabric and cut out. So the first thing I will do now is to draw a straight line because I have selvages here. So a straight line which will be the base for my measurements. So here I have the straight line. So the next thing now is for the seam allowance of the elastic, which is 1.5. So from this straight line I'll just measure 1.5. 1.5 is here. 1.5. And then I'll make that into a straight line. So right now this is for the elastic case, the 1.5. Remember we measured that on our elastic. So the next thing now is to start your measurement from here, since this will be the allowance. So by the time you fold it will be something like this. So you start your measurement from here. So for the fold, I folded my fabric into 4. So I folded twice, then again. So you use your hip circumference. Like 1/4 of my hip is 11 inches, which is somewhere around here. So a maxi gown should be free. And this is an off shoulder, so it should be very free. So after the 1/4 of your hip circumference, you could add minimum of 3 or 4 to it. You could do as much as 5, because in most cases I like to use a belt with my maxi gown. It gives it more fitting. So you can do as free as possible, because we will be taking 1 inch for the seam allowance also. So this is where quarter of my hip measurement is. So from here now, you can add 3 inches or 4. Remember the seam allowance, so that was why I did that. So we can just make it 4 inches from here. So 4 inches will be somewhere around here. Can you see that? So quarter of your hip measurement plus minimum of 3 or 4 inches. So that is how you should fold your fabric. The next thing now is to insert our armhole. Remember, we are starting from here. My armhole is 8.5 inches. And remember, I said I'll be taking off 5. So what I'll just do is I will place this 5 inches here. Can you see it? So then my 8.5 will be here. This is where it will be. So this line will be my chest line. So this 5 inches is going off. So for me to take out my armhole will be 8.5. Can you see the way I place it? So I'll just make this into a straight line. So right now, we've inserted our chest line where the armhole will be. And then when I added 4 inches to my hip, divided hip measurement, I have 15. So this is where it is. So I still have some excess. So I'll use my straight ruler to just draw a straight line. So you come over here to the upper part and make sure it is straight. Insert that same 15 inches. Because I have little excess. So I will just draw a straight line. So it's just a straight gown. So this line will go all down. So the next thing now is to go over to insert our armhole. So what you just do here is this. Because it is an off-shoulder gown and is a maxi gown, when you put elastic, then it becomes smaller. So what you will do is that, because so many people are worried about what to do, worrying about what to do here, all you have to do is just insert your bust measurement. That is your bust measurement divided by 4. Mine is 11 inches. So just insert it here. If you are worried, if you don't know what to do, or better still, just come in from whatever you are using by 4 inches inward. But better still, just insert your bust measurement and you are done with that. Then you take your armhole curve, using this side of your armhole curve, connect from here to the end of your, can you see this is where the point is? I have excess, so just connect it this way. Can you see what I have? So then from here I'll just come upward. Can you see? Because this will be the seam allowance, we'll be folding this in. So can you see what we have? Then I will just cut off straight away. So while cutting, remember this is the baseline. This is the 1.5 inch for the elastic. So don't make that mistake. And when you are drafting yours, please mark on the wrong side. But I may want mine to be so obvious. That was why I did mine on the right side. So please, when you are cutting yours, just cut on the, just mark on the wrong side. Then I will trim off this excess straight down. So after trimming off the excess all down, so this is what I have. Can you see the upper part? So we'll go over right now to cut our sleeve. So right now for the sleeve, I have my fabric folded. So you make sure either the right side is facing each other or the wrong side is facing each other. But please, when you're marking yours, mark on the wrong side. But because I wanted it to be obvious. So the length of my sleeve, I want it to be 17, just a little bit above, below my elbow, so that by the time I just draw it up, it will stay somewhere around my elbow. You could decide to have a long sleeve like what I have, and then your elastic band would hold it in shape. So I will just do 17. So from the edge of this fabric down here is 17 inches. So I have 17 inches here, and then I need 1.5. So from this 17 inches, I have 1.5. So this 1.5 will be for the elastic band, 1/2 inch in and then 1 inch height. Then for the fold, to know what you would fold, just take your half of your armhole, like mine is 8.5, just insert it here. So 8.5, then add 2 inches because I had extra 1/2 inch, so I just left it. So mine is 2.5. So this is what I have, 8.5. This is my half of my armhole. Then here, can you see I have 2.5 inches. So that's all you have to do. Remember, on this fabric we came in by 4 inches, or better still, just make sure whatever you take out and then insert it here, 4 inches. So this is what I have. And on this fabric also, just take your measuring tape and measure from this upper part, and whatever you have, this is 5 inches, then you just come down by 5 inches from this edge and make it into a straight line. So this is what I have here, 4 inches, and this is the straight line. So I'll take my front armhole curve again, and then I will draw it that way. But in case it is difficult for you, just take this. This was what we cut out from this part. Can you see this? So just take it this way and place it here, this side matching this place, and this place should be on point here, and then you just connect it. But I'll just use my armhole curve to do that. So this is what I have, and this is what I will be cutting off. So right now, this is a sleeve. So what you just do now on sewing tips, all you have to do is take your fabric this way. Can you see the way it is? Can you see? It is a very free maxi gown. So just take it to your sewing machine on the wrong side, please. And then you sew this up. You sew the sides. Sew this other side. The sleeve too, just take it on the wrong side like this. You sew this part also. After doing that, you just open up this part of the sleeve. Open it up this way, and then you match it up with this, because by the time you sew this also, it will be open this way, and it has to match just the same way we have done it. After doing that, you now take this. Remember, we left 1.5 inches. So you fold in 1/2 inch, and then you fold this way. Can you see? So this is what you have. This is what it will look like on the wrong side. So on the right side, it will be this way. So you fold after attaching the sleeve. That is when you fold this all through, because we left this seam allowance also on the sleeve. So once you've done that, that is all. Just add your elastic to this, and you can decide to have pockets in your maxi gown. I already made a detailed tutorial on that. Just watch my video on how to make a gathered skirt with pockets. It's so easy to make an inner pocket to it, and that is just it on how to make this maxi gown. Then your leftover fabric can be used to make a belt like what I have. So that will just give it a little fitting, and you can rock it with your high heel, and trust me, it will look beautiful. Hope my tutorial has been helpful. If it has, just give me a thumbs up. Bye.